Tingana. I thought they said Ngala. Let's have a look. Ah, that makes a little bit more sense. I was like, I thought there were lions and drainage lines. So there's a leopard, not lions. Tell Brent not to panic. I know Brent's been tracking lions all morning. But there is a leopard in there, believe it or not. Can you believe it? Fast asleep. But camouflage. Sorry, Seb. Yeah, sorry everybody. We will establish the sighting properly. Obviously, I just wasn't sure what was going on over here. And all I heard was Ingala, not Tingana. But you know, the South African accent is very strong. And it's actually not the first time that someone has said that to me. And I've gone, oh, lions. But no. Now there he is. Just in the grass. Kind of looks like a jaguar. I mean, this could be any leopard. I couldn't tell you exactly who that is right now. Well, can't even see any ears. Can't see anything. Very, very flat. Breathing quite heavily. Perhaps he's got a full belly. Well, we won't know until we can try and have a little look around, a little reposition. We'll see if we can try and get a better view. I'm not really sure. It'd be nice to just have a quick chat to this other guy just to find out a couple of things. And I wonder where he's come from. He must have come out from Chitwa in Sneaky. So while we have a quick conversation and see if we can get a better view, maybe he is tucked away under a tree, I'm going to send you to Tristan, who is looking at some tracks, and hopefully they're from Hosana. Well, we can only hope that it is Tingana. I mean, we haven't seen him, so I can't confirm anything, however. But he is still just laying in the grass. Now, a couple of you are wondering when the avoca males came into the area. I haven't actually got a clue. Coming back from Kenya, there were obviously reports of sightings in Buffalo's Hook and in the Manuleti. But I mean, they've only just started creeping on the property just every now and then, so it's quite hard to say. And when I was in Buffalo's Hook the other day, we went on a safari, and we actually ended up finding the avoca males, and they thought they'd gone back to the Manuleti. So who knows how long they were even in Buffalo's Hook before anyone had even arrived. See, the way that Buffalo's Hook is designed is that it's normally the landowners that are driving on there. There's no commercial lodges like we have in the Sabi Sand. So sometimes there's not one person driving around on Buffalo's Hook. So you can imagine all the animals roaming around there, and they just have no idea that they're even on the property. And typically those areas fill up over the holiday season. So Christmas, Easter, coming into Easter now, it'll be very, very, very busy again. But I would imagine after Christmas, after New Year's, it would have been a period where nobody was up here at all. So they could have been here from the beginning of the year. But I'm also unfortunately not certain as to how long they have indeed been around for. Deciding what to do with this leopard, because it's a bit hard. To tell if he's going to stay here. He looks fairly comfortable. Well, what he's going to do. The only problem is that he is on a boundary. He is on our boundary, sort of bordering close to Chitwa and Little Gowrie. So if he gets up and moves, he could disappear in 2 seconds. Now, Alexa, you're wondering if a leopard cub or a lion cub is stronger. I'm going to probably go with a lion cub, just because in overall size, lions are bigger than leopards, more powerful bite force, all these things. But again, I've never seen a wrestling match between a lion cub and a leopard cub, and I suppose that's the only way to determine who's stronger, who's got the most skill. So yeah, it's also a very difficult question to answer, I'm afraid. Let's see if who's coming racing on down the road. Oh no. No guests. But yeah, we're quite lucky, hey? Imagine that you've spent so much money to come out on safari, and this is your one leopard sighting that you're going to get. So even though it's not fantastic now, just remember all those moments that we've had when we've had spectacular sightings. I mean, goodness, just talk about yesterday afternoon's safari. It was fabulous. But for now, he's fast asleep. And hasn't even twitched an ear. But if it is Tingana also just sits up and goes. He doesn't yawn and groom himself before he before he goes anywhere, he just sort of gets up and goes too. So that's the other thing. So I'm kind of in two minds as to what to do, because it's very quiet here, as you can imagine. A couple of birds shouting here and there, but nothing else to really put on camera, I'm afraid. Just that. Or you have to look at me, which is probably not the ideal thing. It's incredible, that camouflage. I mean, I bet some of you have just joined in, probably have no idea what we're looking at. It is a leopard. It is, in fact, a leopard in the grass. I hear some go-away birds shouting in the distance. Maybe we must go look there. We might go and investigate around there. Kim, you're wondering if anybody else does live game drives like we do? As far as I'm aware, we're the only ones that do live wildlife and host these live safaris. So yeah, we're the pioneers in the business. Well, not me, but Graham and Emily are. And the Wild Earth Company, of course, that started Safari Live. So yeah, pretty cool to be a part of this production. It's amazing. We rely on the animals, as you can imagine, though, to do their bit. But sometimes they need to rest. Maybe, if this is Tingana, maybe he had a big Monday. And obviously a lot of change up at the moment, with Hukumuri moving in and out of his old territory now. But this vehicle's heading out, so we'll see if we can try and get a better view, but I doubt it. Let's see if we can find which way is his head at. I'm joking. Can maybe see an ear. I wonder if I go here. There's a gap. Oh, look at that gap. There we go. Now, Mystic Knight, you're asking about whether any of us have ever seen a different color morph of an animal than what its normal morph is. And yes, we have. Brent and I had a really cool sighting. We saw a leucistic hyena. That was amazing. I won't tell you too much about that because I know it's Brent's favorite story to tell. So we can get Brent to tell you all about the leucistic hyena on the border of Tanzania and the Mara Triangle up in Kenya. And what else have we seen? Apparently in Hoedspruit there's strawberry leopards, but I've never seen them. I've just sort of seen documentaries and read papers and things about them. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen a melanistic cat of sorts. I have seen a melanistic. What have I seen? No, that was a black kukul. That wasn't a melanistic anything. That's an actual bird species. What else did we see? I think we've seen the leucistic form of the African paradise flycatcher in Kenya as well. It was quite cool. So I actually haven't seen too many, to be honest. However, I bet Brent and Tristan have seen a couple, and I'm sure that they can carry on with a discussion on the strange creatures that they've seen. Why do I think Brent has seen a melanistic serval? Am I making that up? I don't know. Somebody told me. It may have been somebody else in Kenya, actually, that was telling me this story about that. But yeah, but I haven't seen many strange colorations on the animal. But there's leopard is. It does look like Tingana. Well, from what I can see. Older boy. And the fact that he also hasn't twitched or moved a muscle barely since we've been in the sighting is also an indication that it's probably him. Right. Well, let's go to Tristan and see if he's seen any strange colorations of animals. Well, he rolled over and then rolled back onto the same side that he was on. I think we're probably going to leave him. It's almost impossible to get a view. There's lots of grass around. And you would think on a nice cool day like today, he'd be on the move. But like I said, perhaps he's had a busy night. We don't really know what's happened. Under the cover of darkness, perhaps Hukumuri gave him a run around and he had to try and escape. He was fleeing, or perhaps he was stalking a waterbuck and it got away, and then he tried to stalk something else, so he's tired now. Or maybe he's even got a full belly, but with all the grass around us, we can't really see what's going on. So I think we're going to move on and then just hope that he stays within the area. and that we get to see him this afternoon, because it would be quite nice if he does visit his old turf again, and maybe he makes a kill and he sticks around. So yeah, right, let's go. Off we go. We're going to move on out. Hi, Andrew. I'm good. Tingana's there, but it's, Cool. Thanks, Andrew.